What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with a brand new top 5 for you guys today. And today we are taking a look at 5 creatures you guys need to bring to caves. Now, when I say that, I pretty much mean that when you go through Ark and you want to grab the artifacts, you have to go through cave systems to get them. And you can bring some creatures to some of the caves, and that's pretty much what this list is going to comprise of. 5 of those creatures. So guys, let's kick off the list at number 5 with the Dire Bear. Now, the Dire Bear can fit into most cave systems, including those on the island as well as Ragnarok, and he is one of the beefiest boys that you can bring into these cave systems. His attacks pack a huge amount of damage force behind them. He's also incredibly tough in terms of health resistance and stuff like that, and he's got a pretty good AoE effect of damage-wise stuff. So guys, we're going to showcase to you just how much power the bear has as soon as we can get through the cave and find some dudes. Here we go. There we go. We've got Megalanias dropping in from the ceiling, and boom. Look how much damage we are hitting. We can then also use our swipe attack and pretty much damage everything in a radius around us. And that does plenty of damage. Now, this cave here is on the island, and it is the central cave. And you can see here, all these creatures are just going to fall to us. Now, as well as that, Dire Bear saddles are pretty easy to get blueprints for, to make like Mastercraft Journeyman ones as well as that. So they aren't too bad in order to make. And with the introduction of cryopods, it's really easy to bring these guys into and out of caves. Because, like, these guys are hands down some of the best creatures you can use. Now, some of you could argue, well, what's stopping you from bringing in like a Therian? Nothing really, but Dire Bears just have that stopping power behind them. And they're also a lot smaller than Theris. You'll find that Theris still can possibly get stuck in some of the cave structures. This one, for example, there was no way the Theris was going to make it in through the cave. But you can see here, the Dire Bear is able to pretty much deal like every kind of damage you want to these creatures. And you see there, he's not actually losing too much health. We've got 7k health, like, we're doing alright with a prim saddle. So the Dire Bear is great for these cave systems. Now, you may eventually find that there are certain points where your Dire Bear won't actually fit through. Just bring some cryopods along and you can easily cryopod him up and take him again. Now, as well as that, the Dire Bear also has the ability to sprint really fast, which allows him to pretty much get away from any sort of prey or victims he doesn't want to face. Now, you can see here our Dire Bear boy is stuck. This is when the cryopod would come in handy, because you could easily get the cryopod out and just waltzing past this little point. But there are plenty of other caves that the Dire Bear fits in nice and snugly, so do take that into note as well. As well as that, he can also attack in the water. So if you're in a cave system that utilizes water, you can still attack with him under there. Look at all these piranhas. They're just going to get minced by us. As soon as we can actually turn around and fight them, that is. Now, as well as that, the Dire Bear has one of the best weights in the game, in my opinion. And you can see here, all these piranhas pretty much are dead now. Boom, and he can swim backwards as well. Alright, awesome. So, yeah, like, weight is incredible. His speed is incredible. Like, this guy is nuts for cave systems. So, guys, the Dire Bear comes in at number 5. Alrighty, guys. Now, coming in at number 4, we have none other than the Daedon. Now, my personal preference is the Daedon. I think the Daedon is probably one of the best mounts you can bring into caves, solely because of his healing effect. Now, you guys can see there that we pretty much set off passive healing, and that enables us to heal ourselves. Now, you can see here it obviously comes at a big cost, because our Daedon goes about eating a crap ton of food. And we should probably jump off here and disable creative mode. There we go. So you guys can see, boom. So the Daedon is great because of that. Now, as well as that, he also hits pretty hard. Like, he hits pretty solidly, and he does have quite a bit of health. You can see here, this one was a 150 tame, so there is that as well. Now, you can see here that he is able to pretty much compensate his healing with the amount of food he actually gathers from killing all the dudes in here, which is really helpful, because you saw there we just grabbed about 430 raw meat, which is like amazing for the Daedon, because we can use all of that to heal ourselves. So if you do come across like any sort of tough guys like this Oniki, who's being a huge pain in the butt and has given us mega rabies, you can kill them and you can actually heal yourself. Even now, our Daedon is actually healing us using his passive effect. Now, we're just going to run past this bat because it's really annoying me. Now, as well as that, these guys are great for the caves as well. because they've got the ability to jump over pretty much most things. So if you've ever got like lava fields or anything like that, you can actually enable yourself to get over them and get past creatures. God damn it, why does Mega Rabies have to ruin the video? So the Daedon, in my opinion, is like one of the best cave running creatures you can bring with yourself. We're just going to jump off here real quick and activate creative mode so we don't die. There we go. You can see here, look at all these Onyx. Let's just murder everything that comes into thingy. Now you can see here that once we kill them, we're able to harvest up their meat. We can heal ourselves, we can take our time doing it, boom. And we can always just go back to grabbing some more raw meat from killing the dudes that we've got. So the Daedon is great for that specific purpose. Now, as well as that, if you really wanted to, which I probably wouldn't recommend doing, you could bring like wolves or saber-tooths in with you as well, and your Daedon could act as like your frontline sort of tank, while your saber-tooth and direwolves do the DPS side of things. I personally wouldn't do that though, because it's probably just going to be too much in the long haul, like having to micromanage all that sort of stuff and everything, and it'll just be a bit annoying. But that is an option if you wanted to go about doing it. So I think the Daedon definitely deserves its spot on this. Like you can see there, look at that, just jumping past all that lava down there. We can turn our passive healing off. They've got really good stamina pools as well as health and melee damage, and it just makes grabbing the artifacts a lot easier. Oh god, that was a horrible jump that we just totally screwed up. But that's okay, because we have creative mode active, we can survive in burning hot molten lava. So guys, that's why the Daedon comes in at number 4 on the list. Alrighty guys, coming in at number 3, we have the Otter. Now, the Otter, in my opinion, is also one of the greatest dinos you can bring with you on cave runs. Mainly due to the fact that you can actually get out by holding 2 of the artifacts. That's what makes the Otter so great. So guys, you can see here that this is pretty much where the artifact spawns in this cave, and we've already grabbed it once. What we can do is we can actually put the artifact into our Otter's inventory, pick him back up, wait for the artifact to spawn in, just excuse the bloodsuck and leech on our screen, and then actually pick up another artifact. So that enables us having the ability to pick up 2 of the artifacts instead of only carrying out 1, which makes cave running a lot easier because you don't have to come back here as often. So guys, you can see here that with our Otter and us, we're actually able to get 2 of the artifacts out of the cave, which makes carrying the Otter with you one of the greatest assets to cave running, because you can essentially get out with 2 artifacts instead of having to come back a second time into this place. Alrighty guys, coming in at number 2, we have the Vultures. Vultures are incredibly powerful when it comes to taking on the caves. You can see here we've got a flock of them, and they are just shredding through the cave with ease. These guys are really easy to tame, they're really easy to breed up, and oh my god, they pack a power punch wherever they go. You can see here, these guys are hitting for like 90 damage a pop. They're just nuts. As well as that, you can easily feed them spoiled meat in order to ramp up their health real quick and not level them up, and restore their health really quickly. And as well as that, these guys aren't leveled up in any shape or form, and they're actually destroying pretty much anything they come into contact with. You can easily bring a flock of vultures into any cave with you and just kill everything and anything in the cave. So let's just move along here. We've still got all our vultures, yep. So you guys can see here that they are just absolutely nuts. Now you can easily pair the vultures with one of the other creatures that we've thrown in on the list. For example, say the Daedon. That'll actually give a really powerful combo, because your Daedon will be constantly able to heal your vultures, while your vultures just do all the DPS. You guys can see here that these vultures were hitting as hard as that Daedon that we did bring in. So let's put these guys to the ultimate test and see how they go. Boom. Let them all loose. Look at the Mega Neuros just getting absolutely shredded by these guys. Oh, we've lost our first vulture. Not to worry though, we haven't leveled these guys up. If you guys level them up and then actually get mutations with them, you can expect some great things. As well as that, you can also hold one on your shoulder, and it will attack things for you while being on your shoulder. That's what makes vultures one of the greatest tames to have. So guys, let's move on to number 1. Alrighty guys, now finally coming in at number 1, we have the Baryonyx. Now the Baryonyx is actually really good for caves. You'd be surprised at how many of them he can fit through. He can fit through, if not all of them, about 98% of them, which is pretty astounding considering he's like this small. He's this large. Now the Baryonyx is great because obviously you can use him as a land-based mount. but also as an aquatic based amount, which is great for those caves that actually have a lot of water. And the great thing about the Baryonyx in water is that he has that stunning ability, as well as the ability to potentially just stun lock everything and anything underwater, which is amazing. Now, as well as that, the Baryonyx has quite a lot of damage to his name, and like, he's just great. He can jump as well, so if you go into like the lava cave, you can actually jump over most things in there in between the lava and just absolutely wreck everything. The Baryonyx, hands down, in my opinion, is the #1 best creature that you can bring to caves. Like, they're just amazing, guys. So guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video here. I don't really have much else to say about it. Baryonyxes are pretty great. You can get pretty good blueprints from them by hitting up red drops and stuff like that, and they're not too hard to breed or tame either. You can bowler them as well, which makes taming them a heck of a lot easy. And you can see here that we're taking quite a bit of damage, but like, it's nothing that the Baryonyx can't handle. So guys, that's going to wrap up the video today. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you guys have any other opinions or anything like that on the cave creatures. But other than that, I hope to catch you in the next one. I got this soda.